Hey, it's Derek from Real Big Fish.
And this is Scott from Real Big Fish, and you're on
Popularity.
Popularity.
What do you find most challenging in music today compared to when it all began?
Continuing to find ways of getting better. You get lazy real easy. And it's like, oh, people like what we're doing now, so we might, pushing yourself to get better at your craft. That's for me anyway.
Uh, to just not keep going. I don't know. That's not really challenging, is it? Because I want to keep going.
What is it about music that drives your passion now?
Multitude of things. The time invested in it already. Um, the fans. There's a lot of people that if we didn't keep going, they'd be really sad. And that's what they keep telling us anyway. I don't know if I believe them, but they say like, "Oh, keep coming back," and we're like, "Okay, we will." Um,
And I like his answer from the first question, wanting to get better and
Yeah.
grow as a musician. Yeah.
Full circle.
What's your favorite part about the current state of music right now?
Gosh, for us, that people still come to the shows and face the direction we're standing.
Yeah. We don't get the benefit of the doubt too often. So it's kind of nice to be able to, instead of having like huge expectations, people's expectations in us is very low. So we always get to surpass them. I think it'll be a real issue when people start to think highly of us. And then all of a sudden we really got to start trying.
What makes you furious and what opens your heart?
What makes me furious? Uh,
I hate leaf blowers.
Leaf blowers are terrible. Um, intolerant people. People with closed minds. People who allowed their fears to inflict misery on other folk. That makes me angry.
And my heart likes it when people can clearly and understandably convey their feelings to us, and we try and return the favor.
Yeah, human connection.
Yeah.
That's the real key to unlocking the heart. Plucking the loot of the heartstrings, if one will.
What would you say is one mistake that you saw someone else make so that now you won't make that same mistake?
Well, Huey Lewis told us that we need to save our money. So watching people not save their money is definitely like a big no-no. Because if Huey Lewis could tell us that, then I think we should listen. But I don't know. I don't know a lot of people, so I don't really watch what other people do too often.
I heard someone recently tell the crowd to punch each other, and I think that's a mistake, and I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I think that's a terrible mistake.
Do you find that you can still completely listen to music as a fan, or because of the position you're in, do you find that you're more critical?
Oh, I still listen to music for enjoyment, and
Oh, yeah.
am a fan of even bands on this tour, absolutely.
Yeah. I think it's there's always the critical side, but that's easily put aside for just the enjoyment of music. I mean, that's the whole reason why I think a lot of us got into music is because we have this uh, uh, unwavering passion for the craft and how numerous people do it and what we can learn from the way certain people do it, and we can learn from the mistakes of other people's inability to do it properly.
Do you feel that you're close at all to mastering your craft, or do you think you never will? Do you think you're continuously learning?
God, no, yeah, no, there's no mastering. There are so few people who have mastered this thing called music, and we are so far from those people. No, there's always something to shoot for, and you got to think too that the people that we idolize have idols themselves. You know what I mean? So like even a cat like Frank Zappa, who was a musical genius and had, in my personal opinion, mastered the craft, had heroes of his own. And so if he was still trying to go up, and we're so far below that even close to comprehension of the art, then yeah, there's a long ways to go.
Do you feel like you're continually getting better over time and as you gain more and more experience over the years?
I don't know about continually.
I feel like I get better in little steps, like I'll plateau and then boop, I'll wake up one day and I figured something out. I don't know what it is always, but I feel it.
Can you talk a bit about the artistic growth that you've experienced over the past year?
Artistic growth.
I've personally started putting myself more into the just the dissection of understanding of music and counterpoint and arranging and things like that. Just by when we got downtime at home, I do a lot of practicing and reading and studying and stuff like that. Um, but also improving listening skills when on the road is a daily. I think is one of those things where actually we do grow daily when we're listening. When you're on stage, it's not only about the communication between the band and the crowd, but the band in itself, because we're all having to talk to one another without actually speaking. We're musically communicating, and so that's every day. That's growth.
And technically, I feel like I'm trying to play more for the song instead of trying to say, hey, look how fast I can play, or how many notes I can fit in this space. Yeah, more for the song.
Instead of being tricky McNoodlemeyer.
Yeah. I'm still mad at Scribbly McCurious.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Success isn't a destination, it's a journey. Do you agree or disagree? And what is your idea of success?
No, success is definitely a journey. I mean, if you reach, you know, uh, even if you do reach a certain destination, the most important part of that is the journey, because, um, you know, what's the point of getting someplace that you didn't earn? What was the second part of the question? Just getting to be able to play music any day of the week. You know, it's not how many people listen; it's that people listen at all. You know,
Playing music and having a place to live and being able to feed yourself at the same time.
yeah.
Okay. And do you have anything you'd like to say to the readers of Popularity?
We hope you enjoy our music. If you're a Real Big Fish supporter, thank you. If you're not a Real Big Fish supporter, you might try it out. You know, it couldn't hurt.
Yeah, you could try by buying an album that just came out a few weeks ago by us called A Best of Us for the Rest of Us.
Yes, it's a history of Real Big Fish. A lot of our old record label still owns our old records, so we've re-recorded our a bunch of the stuff from our older records, so that instead of having to go buy 5 different records to understand Real Big Fish's music and then give all that money to the man, you can buy one album, and it's and the money comes to us, so we can continue to do what we do, not just so that we can sit and put gas in our Maseratis and polish our Bruno Mollies. Like it's not like that. I never polish my Bruno Mollies. Those are shoes.